Delivery business is very lucrative. I won't lie to you. One thing entrepreneurship has taught me, never trust anybody, not even yourself. What has made me successful is my challenges. The challenges have toughened me, they have taught me the hard way. There are times I cry, but when I'm done crying, I know my God. I speak to my God, I pray. And by the time I'm done praying, I know I have the answers that I need. Every day is a proud moment for me. I start the day, I end the day, having to solve problems, having to put smiles on people's faces. These calls gives me joy. If you are not ready to take failure, don't start. Be where you are. Let the CEOs take the blame for their failures. Just follow their system. Work with their system. Let their system check you. But if you are not ready to if you can't take failure, you can't take no as an answer from people, you can't be an entrepreneur. Should I be honest? I want to fly back to corporate.
Welcome to today's episode of My Business Story, where real entrepreneurs share the raw, unfiltered journey behind their brands. We explore the moment that shaped their hustle, the challenges they've overcome, and the lessons they are still learning. Whether you are building your own business or just love a good story, you are in the right place. Let's get into it.
My name is Henrietta Acquah. I am the CEO of We Deliver Logistics. We provide delivery service for online vendors and then shop owners, basically people who sell clothes, shoes, bags. Initially, we used to do food delivery also, but then we realized there were a lot of challenges with that. So we have put that on hold for now. So for now, we cater to online vendors and then shop owners. So growing up as a child, I had this craze for motorbikes. And so I used to follow my male friends. Sometimes when we go out for excursions, especially children's park, there were these motorbikes that you could rent for a few minutes or an hour. So I'll follow the guys, sit on the bike, and then we'll ride around. So from childhood, I have actually been a big fan of motorbikes. But then in 2019 actually, I came on maternity leave, and you know how it is for first-time mothers. We want to order anything and everything that we see online. So I had some bad experiences, I think on 2 occasions, where I ordered for items, and the first delivery, when it came, the item had completely destroyed. And then the second bad experience, the item came very late, way later than I needed it. And coming from a customer service background also, I realized that the riders were not polite, they were very rude, and so that didn't sit well with me. So immediately that communicated a need to me. So putting that need together with my love for motorbikes, I also decided to start a delivery business. Like I said, 2019, after I had my first child, was when I got the first bike. Within a space of 6 months, I had gotten 2 more. So I would say we've been in operation for about 6 to 7 years. But then along the line, I had an issue, and then I needed to step back a bit, and I returned back to it a little over a year ago. The issue I had were basically security issues, and so there was a particular place where I used to park the bikes, chain them. I thought everything was okay. And so I woke up 26th December, Boxing Day, hoping to work, because usually December is the peak season for delivery companies. And then I wake up and then one bike is missing. So that was a big issue to me. I took it to Kotobabi police station. We followed up on it several times, but we couldn't retrieve the bike. But then the other challenge I had also was that the other 2 bikes that were left, the riders left with the bike without saying anything And so within like a week or two, I had lost one bike through thefts, which was the bike was stolen on site, and then the other two, the riders just went away. And I think that is one big issue with delivery companies. Riders are not so reliable, they are not transparent, they are not truthful, they don't take instructions to the latter. And that is one challenge with delivery companies and having to deal with the, dispatch riders. How I felt, I can't explain, honestly, because I put my whole life, my savings, my everything into it without thinking of the risk involved in the business. I didn't do any risk assessments, nothing. And that is a big lesson that I learned from that challenge. You wake up one day and then your business is gone. You don't have anything to fall back on. I don't know if anybody has been through broken hearts. I'm sure you would understand how it feels like having to put in your whole life savings into a business, hoping that it will yield some extra income for you, and then you wake up one day and it's gone. You can't trace it, you can't trace the riders. You are calling, you are doing everything possible, going to the homes where they took you to, saying that is where they stay. You thought you had done all your security checks and everything, and then you realize that there's nothing you can do. I don't want to relive that moment because it wasn't easy, trust me. It wasn't easy. And also being a first-time mom at the time, I just had a baby. It was very tough. They just vanished. And the amazing thing is that one of them is supposed to be like a family member, which is also one lesson that I learned. Until now, we can't seem to trace the person. So if I learned any lessons from these, is to make sure that my security checks on the riders are very, 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 very intact. The security measures I put on the bikes are also very tough, that you will not be able to break through. And never to work with family members, because you can't really take any action on the person because other extended family members would want to intervene. And so these are the lessons that I've learned. I had an 8 to 5. So like I mentioned earlier, I come from a customer service background. I worked with an insurance company as the call center team lead for a very long time. And so all my work experience has been in customer service. So at the time when I was managing the business, I was also working for someone and reporting to someone. If I remember clearly, at that time, 2019, Royal Motor was around 4,500 Ghana cedis. How I funded it, if I say it, I'm sure if my past colleagues see this, they will laugh at me. So my maternity leave, you come on maternity leave and you are still unpaid. Yeah. So the 3 months or 4 months salary was what I put together, and then I bought that bike. So the passion for the bikes are still there. And also, I'd learned a lot of lessons. I am a very open-minded, very friendly person. So even my workers, I try to treat them like family. And I think that is one thing that I needed to check, because when they get very comfortable and familiar with you, some of them, instead of leveraging that to learn and grow as a person, they rather take advantage and then do anything anyhow. And so I decided that, okay, my workers are my workers. I need to draw that clear distinction. And so coming back, that is one thing that I've implemented. And before you work with me, you would have to do a police report. I would run police checks on you to be sure you don't have any criminal records on you. And then you would have to do a police report indicating that so-and-so person is working with so-and-so company. And so these are the items or the gadgets that have been put in your care. And so between this period and this period, if it gets missing in your hands, you are going to take full responsibility for it. And then also, traditionally, I would go and see their homes, and then you need to present 2 guarantors to stand in for you before you go through. That's the employment procedure every dispatch rider would have to go through before working with us. Implementing that, so far it has been good. There are still a few challenges, but not with the riders. And so that alone makes me know that I'm doing something right. It's been good. The systems for reporting daily sales are intact, and they are not human systems. They are like robust technical systems. And so even in my absence, there's still checks going on in the business. So having been in the corporate system for a little over 10 years, what made me come to do this full time was that I needed time for myself. I needed time to heal from the past experience that I had. And then also, working for somebody, your resources are limited, and then you can't really do much with your time. But when you're working for yourself, you know how to schedule your time on daily basis. And I'm not someone who is so used to routines. But when you're working with someone, it's like you follow a particular routine. I like to be challenged every time and every day. And I like to know that, okay, this is the challenge I have for today, or these are the goals I've set for myself for today, and then I've been able to achieve that. But then working in corporate for 10 years, it's always one way. So you know that from 8 to 5, you are reporting to work latest 8:30, you are closing by 5. Between this time, this, and so it's your routine is very, very predictable. But unlike this one, there are a lot of challenges that you need to overcome every day. And the fact that I'm able to overcome them alone gives me a lot of joy. So, I just decided to. And then also I needed to make time for my family as well. So it gives me a good time to make time for my kids and my home. It wasn't easy, but I found joy in the fact that I was going to handle something that was my own. I was going to learn from my own mistakes. That is not somebody, like, it's not a system that is above you. It's something within. And so I get to learn within my own space and my own sphere, and I get to grow, basically. The reason why I left corporate was because I didn't find so much personal growth in there. There wasn't so much room to grow in there. It was just very robust, very packed. And so I felt I needed to grow. I wanted to go out of the box and explore other things. And so I just leveraged on my interest in motorbikes, and then I started. It's been worth it. I have learned a lot. I have grown emotionally. I have grown because you need a lot of emotional intelligence to deal with these riders. A lot. Even this morning, there was a situation where a client called and said that her item had not been delivered. But then the rider reported that he had delivered everything yesterday. And I checked and it looked like he had delivered everything, only for him to come back and say that he made a mistake and then he did a wrong delivery, blah, blah, blah. But then thanks to the good customer service that we had, we were able to speak to the client and she understood. The rider got back, corrected his mistakes, retraced his steps, and then that has been sorted out. So just the fact that these challenges come up and you're able to think on the spot and then get them resolved, it gives me a lot of joy. So for now, I have 3 motorbikes. Usually getting the bikes are not the problem. As for the bike, if you have the funding for it, you can get it today, register it today, and everything is done in a day. But I usually want to take my time, scrutinize the available riders that I have for those vacant bikes, get the business for it, because you wouldn't want the bike to come in and it's sitting and there's no work for it. So I usually want to get the business for it and then scrutinize the riders well before buying. So buying the bikes and registering them are almost the last things I do. Communication on the part of the clients. That's one challenge. Usually they will communicate, let's say location A to you. The rider gets there and then they have moved from that location to location B without communicating to the rider. Usually the delivery charge is determined based on the pickup location and then the delivery location, the distance between. And so if it's moving from, let's say, Ashoman to Airport Hills, and we know we are charging 35, and then you get to Airport Hills and then the person says, I've moved to Teshi or Nungwa or Spintex, then there's an issue of where it is going to, because then the vendor they are buying from has communicated a certain delivery charge to them, which they already know. But then because they moved, they wouldn't understand you adding an extra maybe 10 cedis or 5 cedis to it because they have moved. And so for now, that is the challenge that I have, communication on the part of the clients. A lot of them don't communicate accurately. But then I think with, again, good customer service, we should be able to we are able to navigate that, because then I have to call them and explain to them that because initially they communicated location A and now they have moved, we are adding an extra charge of maybe 5 cedis or 10 cedis, depending on how far it is going to this time around. So it's a challenge, but it's not so much a challenge with good communication from our part.
Ghana is home to over 2 million small and medium enterprises, the heartbeat of our economy. But only a few ever break through beyond their neighborhoods, beyond their streets, beyond their cities. That's why my business story exists, to give these everyday businesses the voice, visibility, and platform they need to succeed. If you believe in supporting local dreams and growing African businesses, then please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let's tell their stories together.
So far, I haven't had any complaints about security. And like I said, my checks this time around on the riders are very tough. And so I haven't had any issues with my riders, no. My only challenge in the last 1 year has been with clients. And sometimes they will tell you they are in Ashoman, but you realize that the part of Ashoman that they are is not Ashoman. It's way. So like someone will tell you they are in Pokuase, and you realize that they are in one Pokuase village. And so because you have stated that Pokuase is maybe 35 cedis or 40 cedis, depending on where you picked up from, you are supposed to swallow it. And then the riders come and they are complaining, hey, madam, kwai baby, kwai. Yesterday, one rider, my second rider, Moses, he came and he was all dusty. I'm like, Moses, why? What happened? He said, madam, baby, I'm a kwai, no nipa nesi tema, so enye tema o. You realize that he was going into almost getting to pram, but the person will tell you tema. You see, so going forward, we are looking at, we are actually working on an app, a delivery app where people can, so then we are able to check the mileage and everything and then give proper pricing based on that. But then for now, I think we are good on that. Delivery business is very lucrative. I won't lie to you. It's very lucrative. But when the problems hit, they hit hard. When the problems hit, they hit very hard. So, well, we've not had any issue, but then when I was operating it before, sometimes, and that's one reason why I decided not to do food delivery for now until I've built enough capacity for it. So the rider gets an issue, maybe a police issue like this, and then the police delayed. The food got to the clients way later than it was supposed to, and then the client denies the delivery. In that case, you are tempted to take the food, which you don't really need, and then reimburse the food company where you picked that from or the clients. So that was a big issue. And then sometimes when there's a minor accident or something, there's spillage and all of those things. So that's the only issue. But apart from that, delivery is very lucrative. Very lucrative. If you are able to manage your finances well and then you have a system that is working, and thanks to some very good friends of mine whom we all used to work together, we have been able to build a system where our finances are well managed. So when you have all these systems in place, it's very lucrative. So let's do this math. Let's say at the end of the day, if you are taking out your fuel expense, provision for servicing expense, you break down the rider's salary maybe on daily basis, you are able to make, let's say, 200 cedis in a day as profits. Multiply that by 24 days, that because we work from Monday to Saturday. So multiply the 200 cedis by those number of days and average, like that's the average or the least sale that they can come with in a day. So when you work that math, you should know how much comes in. And let's say if the rider's salary is about 1,000 to 1,005, then just work the math. I can't be able to put figures out there. I'm sure when my other partners hear that, they'll beat me. Yes, like I said, I have friends from my former workplace where we are monitoring each other. So sometimes for small scale businesses, you need people to check you, check if the systems are working, check if your finances are intact. Because once a year, you put your hand in there because you have domestic issues that will come up. And so if the systems are not in place, you will end up messing up. But then thanks be to God, I have people that I partner with who check my systems for me. So the systems are working. So even me as the CEO, I have systems that check me. The bigger picture, I'm looking at having businesses I can partner with for the delivery. And then I'm looking at having cars that can do the huge, because I usually get requests for huge package deliveries and I don't have capacity for it. So I'm tempted to turn them down. And so in the next year or less, I'm looking at getting vans that can take these big packages and then deliver. And then also I'm looking at going into logistics in the full sense of logistics. If I'm to compare when I was doing my 8 to 5 and now, I think I like it now because when I wake up in a day, I know what to do and I don't report to anyone. So I take my time, I'm able to think through my day, plan my day. I have my diary, I have my to-do list. So as I go, I tick. But if you are reporting to someone, you know how it is. When there's a challenge on the road, you can't just get up and go. But now when there's a challenge, I'm able to get up and go. I'm able to pay my clients surprise visits. They are there. So I like to keep a close relationship with my clients. So sometimes I'll pay them a visit. Sometimes I'll put a phone call through to them, check up on them, check up on their business, get to know how they are doing. Basically, get acquainted with them. But when I was working in 8 to 5, you can't do that because as a call center team, you know how call centers work. You can't. So I think I prefer it being a full-time entrepreneur, mother, wife, to when I was working with somebody. It's still challenging with the children being around, the environment is still challenging, but at least navigating it from this side is better than when you're working with somebody. It has really helped me because from customers, you know how customer service is. You speak to clients, get to know their issues, help them resolve it. Sometimes you have to calm them down. All of those things, it has really helped me because some clients call now and you can tell that their issue is not the issue they are communicating to you. There's an external issue, and so you know how to talk to them, you know how to calm them down and then get the actual issue from them. And I will say that having worked in customer service, it has really helped me because if you don't have that big heart as a customer service person, you can't be a people's person. You can't. What has made me successful is my challenges. The challenges have toughened me. They have taught me the hard way. There are times I cry, but when I'm done crying, I know my God. I speak to my God, I pray. And by the time I'm done praying, I know I have the answers that I need. And so it's tough, but the solutions are also not far away from you. They are very close to you. If only you will sit, relax. Sometimes you just calm yourself down. Just calm yourself down. Because riders will be riders. So as for them, they are like that. They come to you, they are nice first few days. When they get to know the business and they are reporting the daily sales to you, they don't think about expenses, they don't think about emergency, they don't think about any of. All they care about is maybe at the end of the day, they are bringing you 200 cedis. In their mind, they have multiplied 200 by 24. So this is how much you are getting. And then they start siphoning things and all of that. But if you have the systems and you have God, ebe count, but count kese. One thing entrepreneurship has taught me: never trust anybody, not even yourself. Don't entrepreneur. People think moving away from corporate or working for somebody and coming to be an entrepreneur is the easy way to getting money. It's it's very tough out here. It's very, very, very tough out here. It has taught me emotional intelligence. It has taught me how to properly track my finances. It has taught me how to relate with people. And my security measures, I think, this time around has improved, both for myself as a person and for the business. So entrepreneurship, don't trust anybody, honestly, even yourself. Because sometimes you can tell yourself that I'm not going to do this, no matter what, I'm not going to do this. But if you're an empathetic person like me, who easily feels what people feel, and I easily want to put myself in their shoes, because customer service, you have to put yourself in the person's shoes. You end up doing certain things you're not supposed to do. But then if you have the systems in place, like I say, I'm here, but systems are checking me every now and then. So I think I'm good. If you're not ready to take failure, don't start. Be where you are. Let the CEOs take the blame for their failures. Just follow their system. Work with their system. Let their system check you. But if you are not ready to if you can't take failure, you can't take no as an answer from people, you can't be an entrepreneur. Taking no from people or accepting no's is also another way, it's also another form of success. So if you think you are in corporate and you think jumping onto like now thrift business is what is trending, and so you want to come into thrift, I think you should contact people who are doing thrift and ask them their challenges. There was a lady I saw on TikTok who shared that she opened her bill and the bill was full of rags. So imagine the bill is costing maybe 7,500. You have invested that much. I don't know how many months of salary you had to put together to raise 7,500. But then imagine you have 7,500. You've gone to start thrift and then your first bill is full of rags. One year, you will not even want to venture entrepreneurship again. And so if you don't have that heart to accept failure as part of success, you can't be an entrepreneur. Should I be honest? I want to fly back to corporate. Yeah. Because when I was in corporate, the salary was good. Here, I am on allowance. I'm not on salary yet, because myself and my partners, we decided that we are not going to put me on salary yet, but I am on some sort of allowance. And so if we are talking about me getting money, no, because whatever comes into the business is going into the business back reinvestment, because we are looking at the big picture like I shared with you earlier. And I figured this is not the time to so let's say I pay myself, but I don't pay myself as much as I was getting in the corporate field. And that's a sacrifice I have made for my business. And so if I'm going back to your earlier question about being an entrepreneur, if you can't make sacrifices for your business also, there's no point in being an entrepreneur. And that's the sacrifice I have made for my business. So for now, me in Kase Meji Akitia, but I get something small to take care of myself and my home. And it's quite comfortable. My proudest moments have been my daily challenges, the daily challenges I've had to navigate. So every day is a proud moment for me. I start the day, I end the day, having to solve problems, having to put smiles on people's faces. The calls I get from clients every day, oh, your rider has delivered safely to me, thank you. I like your customers, I like how, and one thing people really commend us for is how well spoken and how polite our riders are. And so every day is a proud moment for me. These calls gives me joy. These calls gives me joy, honestly. Social media. So I was roaming or scrolling through social media, and then I saw a food brand. I can't mention their name. I'm not doing advertisement for them. I saw a food brand, and they were ranting about delivery riders. And so immediately I sent the manager a DM. It was a gentleman who was doing the business together with his fiancée at the time. And so I immediately sent him a DM, and then he reached out to me. He paid me a visit at home. We drew the paperwork. We met a few other times. We drafted some contracts, signed, and then we started working with him. So my first client was a food vendor. They used to provide, I don't know if they still do that, but they were providing lunch packs for corporate entities. And that was my first client. So it's social media. I get my clients from, even till today, I get my clients from social media. I get a few recommendations from family and friends, but then mostly I get my clients from social media. I'm always on social media, sending DMs, sending proposals, spotting new shops that are cropping up, going to them with proposals, speaking to them. Sometimes I even have to go to the extent of patronizing them just to get the attention of the manager or the owner of the shop. So that's how I get my clients. Online has come for our advantage. Social media has come for our advantage. So whoever is not leveraging social media, I don't know how you are going to navigate this entrepreneurship unless your line of work doesn't really need you to be online or leverage social media that much. But then for me as a dispatch company, social media and online businesses are where I leverage I get my clients from. I am open to sponsors, I am open to partners, but there's a lot of conversation that has to go on around that. And so yes, I'm open. I'm open to sponsors, I'm open to partners. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm looking to partner with shops who do like bulk deliveries in a day, or online vendors who do bulk deliveries in a day, because then it's easier for us as a delivery company. So we go to one location, we pick up, and then we know that from there we are going to several other locations. So it's easy for us. And then it makes accountability also very, very easy for us. So I'm looking to partner with shops. And so if you have a shop, you know you do more than 5-10 deliveries, more than that in a day, and you are looking for a trusted delivery company to partner with, you can reach out to us, and then would do all the necessary paperwork, and then we'll assign a rider to you who would come and pick up your items and then deliver for you, or either on scheduled basis or on daily. It depends on how, so whatever you want is what we will do for you at the end of the day. I have a lot of riders in the pipeline, but like I said, I need to run a lot of security checks on them, because imagine we have partnered with a shop that is giving us about 15 deliveries in a day, and then we don't take our time because we say we want the sales, we want the money, we want the clients. We just hire anybody, and then the person goes and messes up. That's like a big dent on our brand, and so we take our time in recruiting. But we have a lot of riders in the pipeline. I just need to take my time, or we just need to take our time, scrutinize them, do our security checks and everything before we employ them. I'm open to investors, very open to investors. There are certain businesses you can't run them by yourself. You need people either financially or intellectually to partner with you. And so yes, I'm looking forward to getting some investors. Helping people, seeing people in need, or identifying a need and finding solution to it. That mindset is what has brought me this far. I'm always looking for a need to satisfy or a need to meet. No. this business, no, not yet. But I'll be very thrilled to have a female rider. So if you're a female out there and you know how to ride motorbikes, you know how to use Google Maps, and you are very familiar with Accra, I'm open to having female riders. So on social media, the name is We Deliver Logistics. We deliver _logistics on Instagram. We deliver logistics on TikTok. And then on phone or WhatsApp is 0502 722129. That's the number to text or call, 0502 722129. My name is Henrietta Acquah, CEO of We Deliver Logistics, and this is my business story.
Thanks for watching today's episode of My Business Story. If this inspired you, don't forget to like, comment, and share it with someone chasing their own dream. Subscribe for more real stories from entrepreneurs across Ghana and beyond, because every business has a story and yours could be next. See you in the next one.